Hey guys, Zach here, and in this video I wanted to go over the new YouTube layout and what I like about it and what I don't like about it. And I've actually found some pretty good features to it, but probably the first thing you will notice is that it is left aligned, which does seem to be annoying quite a lot of people. They're all saying, make it center, make it center. I'm sure there are browser plugins if you want to do that, by the way. If you just search around, I'm sure Firefox and Chrome they have plugins for everything. I'm sure there's a centralized, the new YouTube layout plugin. But for me, I don't really mind asymmetry. My monitor is asymmetrical and I use a Windows Phone 7, which is asymmetrical. So this is actually nothing, that's not too big a deal for me. Anyway, let's check out what we see first. The YouTube homepage sends you to what to watch, which personally I don't really use this all too much because it recommends things because I watch certain things, and I don't really follow these recommendations. Like, there's recommended channels, but I rarely find myself subscribing or watching these videos. One thing that you do have is here my subscriptions, and another thing I don't really like is you have to click twice to get to uploads only. But there is a way to avoid this, because I personally do not follow likes and messages and stuff like that. So to clean this up for myself, what you can do is you can click on this and you can do only show uploads from each of the people or your subscriptions that you don't want to see those extra stuff from. I mean, it still shows you a reply to a comment, Husky Starcraft replied to a comment, but this is an actual upload. To speed this up, you can go to Manage Subscriptions and make sure you check Show Uploads Only in Feed. And as you can see, I've pretty much clicked on all of these except for a certain few, which I personally do enjoy the updates. For example, Starcraft, the things he likes is really weird. What else is there? There's this social thing, which I don't use. Well, I mean, I connect it, but I mean, this looks like it should be in the settings page. Besides this, one big thing that I really like is, for example, let's watch this video here, the new content patch from Total Biscuit. So this is the what we normally see, and there's this shrunken version which does this. And then there's the bigger version, which does this. And as you can see, everything's slidey. This is all quite nice, where it slides around. This is all really good. They've combined some of the buttons. Like the show all comments no longer exists, but the all comments is now a link. So this goes to show all comments. And I guess that cleans up the interface a bit, makes it a bit neater, but might be a little harder to find things. But there's this show more button, which I really like, which is basically this infinity design, which you can just keep on scrolling down and down and down. There's probably a plugin to automate that as well, so you don't have to click that button. And this looks pretty good as well. And one thing which a lot of people don't seem to like, but there's a reason why they did this. They put the title underneath the video, because what I found is when sometimes I'm watching these videos, when I want to not full screen it, I tend to just open up the video and I scroll down a bit to hide the title, so the video's right at the top. And I tend to do that a lot on my laptop because the screen's actually smaller. So I would open up a video and scroll down a bit to get rid of the title. So moving the title to the bottom does save that from me having to do that. But I understand some people don't do that, and having the title underneath the video can be a little confusing. And one of my favorite features, and I don't know if this is a new thing or something I'm just discovering, but I use the 16:10 screen, and what happened was this video was expanded even further. And I wanted to get that on my screen, but you can't get it here unless you full screen your browser, and because I'm using a 16:9 screen. But if you full screen, you can see the video expands even more. And I don't know if this is new to this layout or it's something that's always been in place and I just never noticed it, but this is amazing and I really like this. I just wish that the new layout would accommodate that size video on this, but I understand why they wouldn't do that, because the ad down here or this stuff will be kind of pushed off screen and you can't really see what's down there. But I wish it was an option, like another third button here to expand it even further. That would be really cool. Now, besides that, on the left here, there is the guide, which brings this up again, which I guess is kind of useful if you want to go straight to your My Subscriptions. But what I used to do is, after I watch a video, I would click the YouTube homepage, and that will send me to the homepage, and I can then go through my subscriptions. But the homepage doesn't lead you to your subscriptions anymore, and that kind of sucks. But they did add this button, more from My Subscriptions. Now, I'm trying to get used to this, because I know that if I get used to using this button here, it will save me a lot of time, because when you click on this, it will show you uploads in order from all your subscriptions and only your subscriptions. And this is really, really useful. I mean, it's really small and it's kind of hard to see, but as you can see, it's really useful. For example, after this, I want to watch a Husky StarCraft commentary, and it's there. And it saves me from having to go back to the main page. So this actually does save on clicks, but I'm just having trouble getting used to this. I still find myself clicking on the YouTube homepage and being like, oh wait, this isn't what I want. And I click on My Subscriptions and look for what I'm looking for. Also, when you click on these subscriptions, I forgot, this sidebar here does actually change. For example, if you click on the game station, it adds on whatever they add on their featured channels or their friends or whatever, it shows right here. So for example, let's try Rockstar Games. And you can see these are all their other Rockstar channels, and this is from their channels, and they define that, which is pretty cool actually, because when you can see who they associate with right here on the homepage. That's pretty cool. And you can tell they're really trying to bring over their style that they defined on the new Gmail and Google+. I think Google+ is kind of affecting the design choices, because Gmail changed pretty quickly after Google+, and now YouTube looks a bit more like that. It's a little impersonal. Yeah, I have to say that it doesn't look as inviting as it tends to be. But I think overall this is okay. Actually, what happened to my... There's no advertisement at the top here. I don't know what happened to that. Usually there's a big advertising banner there. Maybe there's just not one on right now. I don't have AdBlock installed on this. I'm pretty sure I don't. Yeah, I don't have AdBlock installed. You can see there's ads here. So I don't know what happened to this big header ad, which used to be at the top on the YouTube homepage. Well, this is pretty good. One problem could be that the number of videos you can see on the homepage. As you can see, I have this probably the standard screen, 16:9, 1080p, and I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just about 6 videos here. If the ad was there, it would be 5 videos, and 5 videos is not a lot, and then you'll have to scroll down. And in design, what we call on websites, anything below this first screen is below the fold, taken from newspapers, which is, you know, when the front page of a newspaper, it's folded in half. So this is basically the top half, and anything below this is considered the bottom half of the front page. So you don't see a lot of videos here, and this does tend to discourage people from unsubscribing from either more prolific channels or smaller channels which uploads quite a bit, because it pushes down the content you really want to see. So I'm not too sure about this. Maybe they want to somehow try and find more ways to fit videos onto this. But the extension of this is pretty cool. You can see the full titles now. They don't cut it off, and you can see a bit more of the description, which is pretty cool. Before, if you remember, this the title would only go until about here, and then it'd be like ... or something. And this time you do actually get to see the full title for most of these. Yes, even if you have a really long title, 2 lines gets you pretty far. So that's really nice. And here's something that's better than before. When you go to your subscriptions, you know how the default used to be highlights and not in chronological order? Well, that system is completely gone, and I completely agree with that removal, because having highlights only is really stupid, because it just doesn't show the content uploaded by your subscriptions. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So that highlights is now completely gone, and now all of this is in chronological order. When one of your subscriptions uploads something, then you'll see it here. And that's really, really nice, even though that should be just completely expected. Oh, and one more thing that is a little inconvenient for content uploaders and probably users in general is that on the left side here, it used to say if you get a comment or a response to something, and now your inbox is not here at all. you have to go to your inbox over here before you get to see anything. As you can see here, I got 2 comments, but on the YouTube homepage, it doesn't say anything at all, which can be a little inconvenient. Overall, it does seem like an improvement, and a lot of people, of course, they're complaining, oh, YouTube's changed their layout again and it sucks, but that's exactly what you guys said about the last one. So that's my overview and first impressions of the new YouTube layout. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's, I like it, and I'm just gonna keep using it. And you guys should try and get used to it as well. If you have some legitimate complaints, as in from a technical standpoint, you should probably use the send feedback button and you can go complain on whatever platform you choose to complain on. Alright, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next video.